Hi everybody, it's Diane. As promised, I'm here with a flip through of this latest glue book that I recently finished, like about an hour ago. In case you're new, you've never seen this before. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's scrapbook paper sewn to fabric. I made this myself. There's fabric over the spine. All the pages are, happens to be a cardstock, but mostly old book page. I did try to kind of use pages that weren't have really heavily decorated and busy so that I could possibly incorporate the background, such as this. All the brown is just the book page. So I started this April 16th of 24 this year. Yeah, it took 3 months. That's not bad. The idea is for this book, and then I had a predecessor to this, was just a place I could work without a lot of pressure if I didn't have a lot of time or I was kind of stressed or something and I didn't want to make a big finished composition that's going to hang in a museum, which is exactly what this first page is. I just grabbed a lot of scrap stuff and glued it down. Is that pretty obvious? This one's a little more like Diane with stuff lined up. The numbers and the text is all part of the book page. A lot of magazine in this, some scrapbook paper. This is like an off the internet image. The brown here is paint, but mostly magazine. This is original book page here. This one does have a video. Some of these pages have videos, not all of them do. And this yellow here is paint, and the brown I was trying to sort of join these for whatever reason. This is book page. This is like literal scrap stuff. And, part of scrapbook paper that was cut. What are you going to do with that? Now that's pretty nice. I like that. See, now I did stray from the don't think, just slap it in stuff quite a bit. You just can't change the spots on a leopard, I guess. But that being said, if I was really trying to make a real perfect composition, it probably wouldn't look like this. So we try. This one, these black lines are part of the book page. This is part of a seed packet. I think this one has a video. And the same thing, if I was really taking my time and making a finished type composition, I probably would not have done any of this. And I would not have chosen Brussels sprouts. That one has a video too, if you care. That's nice. This stuff is original book page. And this blue line. Otherwise, it's all magazine. This one started because this was just a paper I was using to stamp off on, and then I had some paint on it. And when I went to chuck it in the recycle bin, I thought, actually, that's kind of cool. I should do something with that. So it's in here. So this gold color was kind of my starting point. And if this wasn't the Don't Think book, I would not have like this, and this is upside down. So it's interesting to see what, I came up with, I think. Trying to be a little different than I would normally do things. This is a lot of magazine. This is a washi sticker, old book image, washi tape. A lot of magazine, a couple actual postage stamps. I know there's a video about that one and the prior one. Yeah, this is a lot of scrapbook paper on this one. This is fabric, and I let it hang over on the edge there a little bit. This is actual vintage out of an old book. Kids wrote their names. Magazine. That was out of some book. I forget. It might have been a cookbook, believe it or not. And then this one, this blue, I did lay down over this paper, had foiling on it. We did not want that. The white is paper strips. That's pretty cool. Some of these images like this, I had cut out for other things and then didn't use them for whatever reason. So this to me is a little more like a completed composition. So like I said, I couldn't get off that sometimes. This is a Kleenex box image. This one has very little on it. All the sailboats are the actual book page. I decided to just leave them. I know this has a video. This is fabric. As a matter of fact, it's the same as that. Paint on this one. This was using up stuff. Those are scrapbook paper owls. Actual postage stamp. There's a video for that one too. These are painted papers I made, but they were just little tiny scraps I had left over, and I just thought they were too little to really save, but I didn't want to toss them, so there they are. There's a lot of junk stuff. This was an old McCall's magazine that it had just ripped off, but I saved it. This is napkin. I added another heart. This stuff right here is actual book page. And then that's scrapbook paper. The rest is magazine. That's an old magazine. Or no, I take it back. That's a book page. Book page. This is kind of cool. This is part of the book page, as is this weave looking thing. So we have stuff over that, actual postage stamp, actual feather I found. This light blue turquoise color is just the actual book page. We did this together. I think that's all magazine. That's kind of cool. That's interesting. I would really never do that if I was trying to make a big piece, you know, a big finished project type thing. This is cool too. All magazine, but this strip here was part of one of my painted papers. Interesting. I will say too, not every single one, but most pages, you know, I did take into consideration what was facing each other, so they wouldn't, you know, look next to each other. And if you're saying, Diane, you didn't finish that one. No, I did. In my opinion, it's done. I don't know. I mean, this little clustery thing, and since this bird is looking over here, I don't think we need stuff here. If you do the exact same collage, you want to put stuff over here, go ahead. There's some pattern tissue back here on this one. A little scrapbook paper, old map piece. Paint. There's some paint on this. Yeah, I don't know. What should I say about that? I did pull colors, you know, because of these two. These are old, some sort of needlework pictures out of a magazine. And then when I was almost done, I did not have these black ring things, and it still looked kind of unfinished to me. That's a straw I stamped. That did help a lot. These 4 squares here are book page. It was a sewing book. So I added the other stuff, and then I did not have anything on the chair for a while. I didn't. It was just the chair. And yeah, it's more sophisticated without this silly dog sticker on it. But it just was screaming for something on it. It just did not look right to me. You don't have to put a silly dog sticker on your chair. This is the same book, so we have 4 more squares here. This is kind of interesting. I was just looking in my didn't use it yet box, and if anyone recalls the paint samples from a glue book project, I had some left over. Well, these peachy ones matched this train image I mean really perfectly, in my opinion, which I was going to use, so we incorporated those with that. And then there were a couple other ones that, I mean, you know, could that be more perfect? I don't think so. This is just stuff, kind of back to the don't think. This gray and the text is book page. It's actually a light fixture up here. Dinah and her light fixture fetish. The pink is book page here. I went with these dots because these are part of the actual magazine here. So I carried them over and I smeared them a little bit. Don't notice that, please. All right, this is what we just did. If you really want all the details on these next couple pages, go watch the next or previous video. Yeah, the next video? No, I don't think so. The previous video. I don't know what the next video is going to be. And there's the back page. Okay, it was fun. It filled up relatively fast for me. I do like this style quite a bit. Am I going to make another one? Well, I have a different idea for a collage type book. So we're going to give this exact format a little bit of a break. But thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a nice day out there.